Welcome to day 18 of Vlogmas. It is Wednesday and this week is flying by. I haven't really done very much the last couple of days. It's been quite uneventful. Yesterday I barely picked up my camera. I dropped off Glen at the train station very early in the morning. I think I woke up at 5 and I had high hopes to spend the day doing some Christmas shopping, checking off all the lists and as much as I possibly could, but that did not happen. I don't know if I was fighting a bug or just not feeling great, but I ended up coming back home, having a bit of a rest, and basically not being able to move much for most of the day. And I don't know if there was something in the air yesterday because while Glen was at the office, Camden, James, and I were pretty much locked in our rooms and quiet the whole day. Maybe it was just one of those days where everyone needed a little bit of a break, but I was so tired. Around 3 or 4 o'clock, I got a little bit of energy and I decided to go out to a couple of stores near me and I got a few gifts purchased, and they were kind of the fun ones, you know, those ones where you know exactly what to get the people and you just gather a whole bunch of things. So I'm really excited about those. And it's already 2 o'clock today and I don't have much to show for it, but I think I'm going to do the same thing and just run out to 2 more stores that I couldn't get to yesterday and get a few things off of my list. And then I feel like I'm very, very close to finishing. I would really just like to finish my Christmas shopping by Friday. So I think if I just do a little bit more today, maybe finish up tomorrow, I should be good. But I've been so tired in the evenings. I haven't been knitting very much either, and I'd like to start changing that. So this morning, I worked on my Advent socks, and I've caught up to day, let's see, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm up to day 15 on both of them. I'm a few days behind, but now I'm ready to put in my heel flap and gusset. So I think I'm going to use this natural skein to put in the heel flap, and then I will continue, and it'll probably take a couple days to just finish them both, but I feel like I'm ready. And at first I thought maybe I've waited too long because I've noticed a lot of other people started putting their heel flaps in after these pinks. But then I remembered that I didn't have a contrast cuff. And so I feel like it might be a good place to do it. So that is what is up next for my knitting. I'm going to try to put in my heels tonight. So not the most exciting to take you along with me today, but I'm going to tackle a couple things on my shopping list for gifts. I think I'm going to do a shipping drop-off at the same time. And then I need to get home, figure out dinner, do a little bit of knitting tonight, and I'm really, really craving sitting down with all of my Christmas cookbooks, but I just haven't felt like doing it yet. So I'm hoping in the next couple of days to do that, to just feel a bit of inspiration, to sit down with my favorite books and really just get into the Christmas spirit with cooking and baking. And I really love looking at the books that have more than just baking. So I'm looking forward to finding maybe something that I can make just after Christmas as well. I've been craving French onion soup and I love making that. So I think that's going to be on the menu in the next week or so. And there are a few other things that I'm kind of craving. A beef stew is another one of them. So I've got a few things. I think I just need to start flipping through my books, making a couple of casual lists for upcoming meals so that I can just pick whatever I want from them on any given day. I have most of the ingredients now that I've stocked up at Costco. So I think I'm just in that place where I need to finish off a few unpleasant things like the shopping, maybe get started on wrapping so that I can fully enjoy my knitting and my cookbooks and start planning my baking. I think I'll be doing a lot of that over the weekend, but I feel like the rest of this week is not going to be super exciting. I think I need a little bit of relaxation and quiet time leading up to next week. I don't think we're going to be super busy, but I'd like to squeeze in a couple of little outings with my family. So the next couple of days we'll be tackling the lists. I've been finding such funny things on Instagram about moms at this time of year, and I'm feeling it. So I'm going to head out before the entire afternoon is gone. Hopefully when I come back, I will have more things crossed off the list, and maybe, actually, I think I'll pull out my Christmas journal, because if I can start writing down the things that I have purchased, that usually gives me a boost. I'm one of those people, when I make a to-do list, I always put on one or two things that I just did, because it's like a little pat on the back and it makes me feel good to cross things off the list. So I'll pull out my Christmas journal. I will start writing down what I have purchased, who is crossed off my list now. That will leave me with what's left to get. And then yeah, I'm just going to try and keep my head above water this week. And I'm looking forward to the cookbook situation. I did try to bring back my sourdough starter right at the beginning of Vlogmas. I think a couple of days before. I started a brand new one because the state of my old one was beyond disgusting. I know it's supposed to look a little bit off if you've left it for a long time, but mine was so off-putting that I chucked it. And I started new, and it was going really well quite early on. Like right off the bat, I felt like it was bubbling and it smelled like it should smell. And I think on one day, I might have removed too much of the starter and then fed it, and it hasn't really come back to life since then. So I put it in the fridge sometime last week to give it a break, because I just felt like I was feeding it every day and it uses flour every day and nothing was happening. I didn't want to continue on that path, and so I put it in the fridge. But I feel like in the next day or two, I'm going to pull it out, feed it again, see if I can get it bubbling again. Otherwise, I might start another one again. I really want to have sourdough starter back in rotation so that I can make some delicious sourdough loaves over the holidays. And I've also been thinking about making a panettone. I've got to gather a couple more ingredients, I think at the store, a couple of things that I might be missing in my baking supplies pantry. So yeah, I'm just pulling together all of the last details to make sure that all of the magic will take place, which it always does. Everything always comes together. I just keep reminding myself of that. So yeah, I'm going to head out to the store and come back and make some lists, check them off, do some knitting. It's quite a bit later. I finished my late afternoon shopping. I actually crossed 3 people completely off my list. They are done, which feels like a huge accomplishment. I picked up stocking stuffers for the boys and I just did really, really good. I went to the mall. I just went to the few stores that I needed to go to. As I was walking out, I ran into a couple of knitters, which was really, really nice. So we stopped for a moment and chatted. And then I stopped at another grocery store, but it's one of those stores that is so big and it has homewares and almost like an entire drugstore. And it's just a really, really big one with tons of home and giftware. And I got caught up in the holiday dishes. Everything was on clearance for really, really good prices. And I was so tempted by a lot of it. I kept looking at the cookie jars. I was thinking, wouldn't it be beautiful to have all Christmas cookie jars up top there? And they were all on clearance, so I almost did it, but then I thought, when it's not Christmas, where am I putting them? I don't really have the space for them, so I resisted. I also resisted the mug section because they were beautiful. There were some really simple ones that I was tempted by, and I have a couple of Santa mugs already, but they had a few and they were a little smaller than my usual mugs. So they almost got me, but I resisted. But what I could not resist was this platter. It is really heavy duty and nice quality, and it was on clearance for $11. And when I first saw it, I thought it would make a really beautiful hostess gift. I'm going to my sister's house on Christmas Eve, and I thought, wouldn't this be nice to put cookies in and a few little chocolates? But then I realized I could really use this. I don't have very many serving platters, and so I might actually go back to the store, a different one, to look for more, because this was the last one. I think it's really beautiful. They had dishes to match. So it was very hard to resist all of the temptation, but I picked up a couple of other presents. I did pick up our Toblerone. We like to have this sitting in the dining room. And I picked up this Joy the Baker magazine. I'm pretty sure I have one of her holiday magazines from a couple of years ago. And I'm always worried that it's the same thing, but just revamped. But I'm pretty sure this is all new. And I flipped through it, and I'm going to be honest, I almost put it back until I saw this one recipe at the back, and I might have been able to find it online, I don't know, but this one just got me. They are chocolate dipped orange sugar cookies. I don't know if I'll make them, but I thought they looked beautiful. And I also thought they would make a stunning gift. Imagine making those and putting them in a beautiful Christmas tin or a platter. And I thought this magazine looked pretty good. There are some appetizers, some dinners. It's really pretty. So I think I might sit and flip through this tonight or tomorrow. But it's already quite late. I need to pull dinner together, so I'm going to get busy in the kitchen. I've got my air fryer out to make some like home fries, and I think I'm just gonna make sloppy joes because it's easy and I won't have to defrost anything, and it should be ready fairly quickly. I'm going to start with the potatoes because they take quite a bit of time in the air fryer. I am cubing them up, and I'm using one of my favorite purchases from last year. I love a kitchen gadget, and this one has been used so very much, and I absolutely love it. It's one of those little food choppers. I saw them on TikTok this past year. They are so good to do like a chopped salad. You just chop everything. You could even eat it right out of the container underneath. You can chop your lettuce. I usually put in onion, cucumber, tomatoes, hard-boiled eggs, bacon. You can put grilled chicken. You can pretty much chop anything in this. It is so handy, but I really love making these like hash brown style potatoes in here. I just slice my potatoes. I try to do them about the same width on all of them. I really like the skin on mine, so I leave them on. And you just put them in and press. And then you get all of these perfectly formed little cubes. I drizzle them with olive oil, salt, pepper, dried parsley, dried oregano, sometimes onion powder or garlic powder, paprika, whatever you want. You can put chili powder on them, anything really. And then I put them in the air fryer and they come out delicious. So that's going to be our side. I'll probably have to make 2 batches since there are 4 of us and these are a favorite. Then I think I'm just going to make a really quick Caesar salad to go with the sloppy joes, and it's going to be a really simple dinner. The only problem is that it's late. I'm tired and I feel like I'm in a rush, and this is when I make the biggest kitchen mess. So I think I might enlist a little bit of help tonight, get the cleaning crew in here and have everyone else clean up so I can finally sit down and relax. It is 8 o'clock. We just finished dinner. We had a little bit of a late night tonight because I had to pick Glen up at the train station. So we've just finished eating, but when we walked in the door, James had plated all the food, made the salad, and the kitchen is clean. So there's nothing else to do in the kitchen tonight, which is so good. And in more exciting news, on our way home, Glen decided to stop at our community mailbox, and I said, I don't know why you're checking the mail tonight. I think Canada Post just went back to work today. They have tons to sort before we start seeing anything. But he insisted, and he came out with something extremely exciting, and I want to share it with you. My Dandelion and Dogwood Advent calendar arrived, and I am over the moon excited about it. I've been waiting for weeks. I knew it was in transit. I didn't realize, I have a feeling that this was so close to being delivered to me before the strike happened, because they just went back to work today and it was in my mailbox. So it's probably been sitting at the local distribution center or post office since day one. I am so happy it is here. I got the most beautiful card from Amy and Jen, who are the talented sister team behind Dandelion and Dogwood, and the most beautiful tea towel that I'm going to put on my oven door right away. I'm a bit of an Anglophile, so I absolutely love this design. And this beautiful soap, which I smelled right away. It's gingerbread. I'll put that in my bathroom. And now I get to open up this Barbie-inspired Advent, and I can open 18 of the minis at once. It's like Christmas morning. So excited. They always do a spectacular job at packaging and just pulling it all together beautifully. I've had the Dandelion and Dogwood calendar. I think this might be my third year in a row. Maybe not, but look at this. Each day is inspired by a particular Barbie. Oh my gosh, so exciting. So I am going to pull out days 1 through 18, get myself organized here and see what we have. I think I'm actually going to open them and line them all up and then go through what they are rather than sit here and unwrap everything in front of you. So let's get it open. How exciting. I have always been so disciplined with my Advents and only open up one mini skein per day as the month goes along. But because it just arrived today, I got to open 18 minis and just look at them. They are so beautiful. Oh, I'm in love. And I was looking at the inspiration behind each one, and I thought I would go through them with you. So the first one is Celtic Barbie. The second one is Mermaid Barbie. The third one is Gardening Barbie. I think I'm missing number 4, which is a Lake House Barbie, and that should be here. But I would imagine it blends really nicely in with these soft greens. And then Hygge Barbie, which is this one. Then Yarn Store Barbie is this one. Then Blue Jeans Barbie. Astronomer Barbie. I love that one. I do love lavender and lilac. That's really pretty. Then there's Coffee Shop Barbie here. Beauty Salon Barbie. And Flower Fairy Barbie. And then Cottagecore Barbie, which is perfect. That's the perfect name for this color, really. Then Vintage Barbie. Baking Barbie. Sweet Shop Barbie. Law School Barbie. Murderino Barbie. Pumpkin Patch Barbie. So that is day 1 through 18 of the Barbie inspired Advent from Dandelion and Dogwood. I'm in love. Thank you so much, Amy and Jen. I feel so lucky to have been sent this. And here we've got the rest of the days until Christmas, which is kind of crazy if you think about it. So 1920 all the way up to Christmas Eve, and then on Christmas Day there is a full skein. It's so beautiful. I'm so happy it arrived and I get to share it with you, and I will just continue opening the rest each day like I do with my other Advents. And tonight I think all of us have some catching up to do. Glen has all of these to open. It's just been kind of busy the last few days. So basically from, what's here, the 14th to the 18th, I think. I think Camden and I just have 2 days to do. And I don't know about James and his Lego. We'll see. There's either 2 or 3 to open up today. So I'm going to see if I can gather everyone. It's getting late. And yeah, we need to open up all of our Advents.
What number?
14, I think? Or you might have done 4. Did you do 14?
14. I think I did this right.
Okay, put it down.
15, I did it right.
Okay, put it down. Some of them have numbers, the last one doesn't. Jeez, what are you doing? What are you doing? What a weird thing to do. Oh my gosh. You're an animal. Don't.